In your headlines, leader of the opposition says he's going to stand with and support Ashley. Health officials speak on course of action for the TCI regarding regional spread of monkeypox. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providencial is your #1 source for news. I'm Erica Penales, delivering the latest from across the country this Friday, July 8th, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. In today's top story, Newswatch spoke with Deputy Leader of the Opposition, who says that the current administration is not engaged with the social needs of TCI residents. Let's hear why. Yesterday, July 7th, was a day filled with confusion and emotion surrounding the alleged closing of Ashley's Learning Center. The school, which welcomed and catered to children with disabilities for the past 7 years, revealed yesterday by its founder that due to lack of funding from the government, as Newswatch understands, they had no other choice but to close its doors. The Ministry of Education issued statement and announced a press conference which transpired this morning, moments after the announcement of the school closing, and listed 5 ways it supports Ashley's Learning Center. Yet it did not appear these bring any significant relief or funding to the school. There was also no mention of whether the Ministry of Education schools could fill the void and offer the specialized education the children who may be now schoolless require. Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Robert Bean Jr., in an exclusive with Newswatch, made it clear on what side of the argument he stands on.
The press conference today was just seen as damage control in my eyes and in many other eyes. This is a situation where you have a lack of communication between the government and this institution. I've always said it before in articles, newspaper releases, and the list goes on. We have to always engage ourselves with the private sector, the government, various departments, and the people of this country. For Ashley Learning Center to hold a press conference yesterday, it shows that this government was not engaged of what was happening.
In regard to improving the situation, Bean said that it should have never been a situation to begin with.
I got a chance to listen to a few sections of that interview, and one part I think they said that they're not going to allow Ashley Learning Center to close. And again, this is why I said this is just damage control. If there were proper communications, that interview, press release yesterday would have never happened between the director going public with it. The government right now is only trying to clean up a situation that could have been addressed. And as a government, your role is actually to protect each citizen of Turks and Caicos. And let's just be reminded of one thing. Government comes and government goes. One thing that always remains is the people of this Turks and Caicos Island. And our job is to protect them by whatever means.
Pointing out that the center is no different than any other private nonprofit sector institution on island, Bean went on to saying that the government is not truly concerned.
This government is not concerned about the social needs of these kids of Turks and Caicos. If they were, they would have ensured that they had the proper funding instead of requesting this and that and so forth. I've had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Angela yesterday to get her side of the story. And in her side of the story, I'm going to stick with it and I'm going to go with it, regardless of all the so-called facts that would have been delivered today by the Minister of Education and anybody else that were involved. I had to say in the press conference. This is an institution that needs funding for the teachers. Majority of the funding that comes into this institution is for payroll. My government, which was the last administration, would have funded at least, I think, up to 1 or 2 teachers for a year straight. We already know that we have a lot of mothers that leaves this country on a monthly basis to seek further treatment for their kids. This is actually the 3rd institution that was being closing their doors in Turks and Caicos because of lack of funding. And again, this is a program that has not just been needed for years. Some would say, well, so why didn't your government develop it? My government is not the government of the day.
Robert Bean stood firmly on his position in the matter, saying that the government is completely handling the situation in a negative manner. In other news, coming to Providencial as soon as the new Q-Town Farmers Market, will have a story in your subsequent newscast, so stay tuned. Earlier this week, John Erold Parlador appeared in the Grand Turk Magistrate Court and pleaded guilty to the offenses of sexual assault and unlawful entry. Details in this report.
Time served and a free flight home for Haitian national Jean Erold Parlador, who has admitted to sexually assaulting a minor child sometime in 2021. Polydor appeared in the Grand Turk Magistrates Court on June 20th, after languishing in Her Majesty's prison for 8 months without a trial. When he appeared before the Magistrates Court in the nation's capital, he decided to admit to the offense he was charged with in November 2021. The magistrate decided that the man had served enough time in prison for the sexual assault and another offense of illegally entering the Turks and Caicos Islands. As such, he is now set for a government-sponsored deportation flight back to his native country. In a statement on the matter today, Superintendent Lisa Mitchison was pleased with the outcome. She highlighted the quick and professional response of the first responders who gathered vital evidence from the scene. According to the superintendent, this initial good work by police resulted in obtaining DNA evidence that proved the case. Mitchison has also praised the safeguarding unit for dealing with the victim in a sensitive manner. For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Als.
It's time for a quick break. More News Watch will be returned.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to News Watch. 2 men who led police on a high-speed chase along the Millennium Highway in 2018 have been freed by the court after the Crown failed to tie the men to the guns and ammunition that have allegedly been found on them. Take a look.
2 men who led police on a high-speed chase along Millennium Highway in 2018 have been freed by the court after the Crown failed to tie the men to the guns and ammunition allegedly found in their possession. This week, a 7-member jury found that there was no case for defendants Wilkinson Butte and Peterson Sylvian to answer after a month-long trial. The verdict was directed by Judge Shiraz Aziz after defense counsels Finbar Grant and Sheena Mir made no case submissions when the prosecution closed its case on Wednesday, July 6th. The case dates back to December 2018, when police were contacted about an armed carjacking along Millennium Highway in Providenciales. The victim reported to police that 3 armed men had robbed him of his vehicle. A short time after the report was made, police on patrol spotted the stolen vehicle and directed the driver to stop. The driver instead floored the accelerator and sped off, leading the cops on a high-speed chase in the Blue Hills area. Subsequently, police fired shots upon the fleeing car, shooting out tires and resulting in the vehicle losing control, running into nearby bushes. The trio was arrested on the scene and later charged with robbery, using a firearm, carrying firearms, carrying 10 rounds of ammunition, possession of imitation firearm with intent to cause fear, and theft of a conveyance. The 3rd man was Simon Jean. He pleaded guilty to possession of one of the 2 firearms, which police recovered at the scene. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison, while his accomplices were bonded over for trial. The remaining 2 appeared in court last month to answer to 2 of the initially instituted charges, carrying firearms and carrying ammunition. Defense counsels submitted to the court that the prosecution failed to prove that Butte and Sylvian were in possession of the guns and ammunition police alleged they found on the men. The judge agreed and directed the jury to return a verdict of not guilty. For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Els.
Monkeypox, while not considered a deadly disease, is widely contagious and making its way across the region. We speak to health officials on the regional spread and course of action for the TCI should the virus arrive. Take a look.
With cases having emerged in neighboring Bahamas and Jamaica, Ministry of Health officials are taking a closer look at the monkeypox virus. Minister of Health Honorable Jamel Robinson says his ministry has been carefully monitoring the spread of monkeypox since it was first announced back in May. He says a draft plan has been formulated and technical guidance shared throughout the public and private health sectors to sensitize individuals, specifically the general public, on the threat of monkeypox. Robinson says surveillance is heightened after it was announced that one confirmed case and one suspected case emerged out of the Bahamas, and the first confirmed case announced in Jamaica. The TCI welcomes a number of weekly flights from the Bahamas and Jamaica into Providenciales. However, for now, no airport health screenings or testing requirements have been instated as 1, the virus is not considered deadly, 2, recovery can take place within 2 to 4 weeks without treatment, and 3, antivirals are available for treatment if necessary. According to officials, the TCI has been working with the UK in regard to access to treatment and vaccines. However, discussions are in the early stages. They say it is likely that these measures will not be deployed until there are confirmed cases. This due to the global shortage in vaccines. The virus presents as a rare, potentially serious disease with early symptoms of fever, chills, and swollen lymph nodes. Some recently identified cases have developed skin lesions in the genital, groin, and anal regions that could be confused for rashes caused by herpes and syphilis.
Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Coming up next is your weather forecast.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future. I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Here's the latest in your weather forecast.
In Grand Turk, on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 80, winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Monday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 80, winds east-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. In South Caicos, on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 80, winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Monday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For North and Middle Caicos, on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high 86, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 80, winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Monday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key, on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high 86, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Monday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And on Providenciales, on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high 86, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 80, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On Monday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here are your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise at 6:14 a.m., sunset at 7:36 p.m. And for your high tides and low tides, high tides 3:44 a.m., 4:26 p.m., low tide 9:50 a.m., 10:54 p.m. And for your hurricane outlook, for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 5 days. And that's it for your weather forecast and hurricane outlook.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Penales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.